Alright, so something was real interesting to me. I'm just gonna get right to it because I don't want this to be too long. Alright? Now, this guy, I have been trying to dig information about, who he is really, and I don't really see a lot. And I always thought that it was kind of weird that this dude wasn't asked to be involved. He just made himself involved. He's the only one to claim to have seen the tape. He's the one that's Operation Restoring Innocence, Execution Board member, president, community activist. All right, Mr. Holmes is a well-known community activist, which is weird because there were people saying they didn't know who this dude was. And what was weird to me is that whose tireless effort and tenacity to fight violent crimes against the community has led to the safe recovery of several missing and endangered children. Keep that in mind. Throughout the city of Chicago and Cook County in September 2011, Andrew was the recipient of 2011 Crime Stoppers Award. On February 19, 2014, Cook County Board Commissioners passed a resolution recognizing Andrew for his work with the FBI and the Chicago Police Department in assisting with the recovery of young victims of kidnapping and human trafficking. Alright? Keep that in mind. Chicago Mayor, is that Rahm? I'm sorry, I don't know why his website is like this. I might need to just turn it up. Let's turn it up so I can read it better, so I don't have to go back and forth. Y'all know this is an iPad. I'm an Android nigga. Let's get this right. Alright, here we go. Let me read it better this way. I ain't gotta scroll. Rahm Emanuel proclaimed February 26, 2014 to be Andrew Holmes Day in Chicago, in the city of Chicago. Andrew is also a licensed private investigator. Licensed private investigator. By who? Can't get no information about this shit. But let's keep going. Andrew works as a liaison between the organization's clients, phone center, general public, law enforcement, and the state attorney's office, and the media to ensure the proper and accurate information is being collected and disseminated. Accurate information. Accurate. Alright? Let's continue. Andrew also coordinates the organization's speaking events, training seminars, charity events, and press releases. Andrew commits most of his time working the streets, distributing community alert flyers, following up, and various tips that are called into the tip line phone center and streets, conducting covert surveillance in an effort to locate and identify victims of human trafficking. So the idea of this guy getting involved, he had an agenda. This woman might have been a victim of human trafficking. Still could be. Now, what's funny to me, that's all you get on his website when you pull up. Now, not all you get, but it's the first thing you notice, all right? I want y'all to take a look at something. You go to other resources, right? Fight human trafficking. You see, it's got the two links. You go to media. Different YouTube videos about certain stuff, such as human trafficking. And I'm going to try to do this without getting flagged. Because I don't... Alright, let me stop. Let me blow this up real quick. Alright. If you notice here, Andrew Holmes on Steve Harvey show. That's a red flag. But let's continue. I'm going to go back. And from the people that know what I'm talking about, y'all know exactly what I said there. But let's get back to something I want to show y'all. Our team, okay? Because, a man can't be successful without a team, right? Carlos Rodriguez, Operation Restoring Innocence, Executive Board Member and Vice President, CEO, Total Protected Consultants Incorporated. All right? I'm not gonna get into who he is. Of course, you got him, the executive board member, president, community activist. You got Sean Morrison, Operation Restoring Innocence, executive board member, vice president, CEO, Morrison Security Incorporated. Corporation. Is that corporation? Incorporated? The fuck? Anyway, Boguslaw Bozak. I'm assuming that's how you say his name. Alright. Owner of Chicago Metal Supply and Conrad Roofing of Illinois. Alright. Y'all, I want y'all to do your homework. Alright. And I ain't gonna do it for you. Carlos Rodriguez, Sean Morrison, and Boguslaw Bozak. Since I can't find really pretty much any information on this guy, look up these other three guys and see if you can get some information that might lead to you who this guy really is, because I find it hard to believe this dude is just walking around and he's able to just stick his nose in something just out of nowhere. He was able to look at a tape where they never asked the parents, they never asked the next of kin to say, hey, do you want to look at the surveillance tapes that this woman asked about before he did? You know? And that's all I want to really just show y'all, man. Let's see if they got a mission statement. Of course they got a mission statement. I'm going to read this and I'm out. The purpose of... Let me make sure I zoom this. Yeah. Goodness, it's a regular ass fucking website. Like, you take up all the fucking regular... Okay, here we go. The purpose of Operation Restoring Innocence is to combat sexual exploitation, human trafficking, by providing a method of education, awareness, communication for law enforcement and the general public to receive information of victims, potential victims such as runaways, minors, kidnaps, and missing persons, as well as traffickers, with the outcome resulting in a safe recovery of victims, family being reunited, and the identification and lawful arrest and criminal conviction of those who engage in sex trafficking. Alright, now from the sounds of things, this dude is technically a police officer, but he's not a police officer. But he acts like a police officer, but he's also a private investigator. Now, I don't know what it takes to be a private investigator. I do understand if you Google Andrew Holmes, I'm sorry, hit the wrong button here. Andrew. Alright. Of course, when you Google his name, a lot of stuff with the case, like, as you can see here, I'm sorry. As you can see, I'm trying to hold the phone and do all this shit at one time. But then you got Kanika Jenkins, mother of activists, People magazine. Everything has something to do with her. Oxygen. White, yeah, somebody in Tennessee. Of course, all the other stuff is Tennessee and other people named Andrew Holmes or whatever. There you go, Chicago activist Andrew Holmes says no one forced her in the refrigerator. It seemed like this dude became the official mouthpiece of this whole idea. A lot of stuff going on in Chicago. And this particular story became a part of his story. But I want to show y'all something. Even a bio, right? You would assume you could find a bio on who the guy is so we can know, where was he born? Like, I'm sorry. What was he about? Where did he come from? All right. So when you Google bio, you got that information now. We're going to go to the Washington Times. All right. There you go. Right there next to the officer. Andrew Holmes says Rosemont police on Wednesday showed him surveillance video from the Crown Plaza when he sought answers about the death of the 19-year-old Kanika Jenkins. Activists. Video shows Chicago woman entering freezer alone. If you know who committed this crime, took off in that car, turned those individuals in, and the most important, we need that weapon that was discharged, who Holmes said. What the hell? I'm assuming that's somebody else. Some other case, I guess. Alright. As you can see here, I asked for a bio. I don't get a bio. So why did you tell me you was going to give me a bio? You didn't give me a bio, Washington Times. Let's go back. This is what bothered me about dude. Is like, alright, CBS Chicago. For activist Chicago Holmes, taken to kid's shooter was personal, alright? Now you got a Wikipedia, but that's not him. Chicago Tribune, Chicago activist, DNA info, community activist, Chicago Andrew Holmes, honored for volunteer work, alright? That's that date, holiday he got, alright? And if you notice, nothing predates before 2011. He's not a young guy. Activist Andrew Holmes, honored by the NAACP for helping victims of violence. NAACP is not even a black-owned organization. So that's another red flag. So you got all these different companies. You got the FBI, you got the police department, you got Steve Harvey's show, you got the news, you got all this different shit. The NAACP, he's got his own holiday. All this shit is you gotta worry about who the fuck this dude is. This dude is like the smoking gun of the whole case. We looking around everywhere. That dude is hiding something. And we're just ignoring him. Like sometimes they say certain shit is right in your face and we talking about everything but who the fuck he is. Look at this. I can't even get a bio on this dude. No, nothing. They never had to put Chicago just to find the right Andrew Holmes. So you would assume, right? If he's a private investigator, right? Surely I can get some private investigative business, right? Let's see if I can get some private investigation going on. Because I don't know how this works. I don't hire private investigators. Yeah, I'm lazy. I'm not spelling all this shit. Alright, Andrew Holmes, private investigator. It leads me right back to his website. Andy Holmes, professional LinkedIn. Let's see if this is him. Maybe he's Andy Holmes. Nope, white guy. Let's go back. Alright, Holmes, legal investigations, investigative marketing. That don't sound like it. But okay, hold on. Let me see. Holmes, legal investigation. Andrew Holmes came in the U.S. That can't be him. This is some other guys. They're like that white guy. Still can't find no information about Andrew Holmes. Here we go again. Second City Cop. This is a stretch. Andrew Holmes is at many crime scenes. Really? He's at many crime scenes, huh? He ain't got time to do no private investigating. According to what I'm reading. Let's click this link. Let's cross our fingers on this one. Alright, here we go. It is a disturbing scene in an abandoned building where a longtime community activist and crime fighter says teenage girls were held against their will and forced into prostitution. It seems like he always finds himself in a situation where it is a possible issue of it's either someone's missing or some type of human trafficking situation, or there's some type of odd case. There's never a clear-cut case. You know, kind of like those same disciples that got killed in Chicago a couple of days ago, and he had nothing to say about that. That's pretty much a cut and dry shooting. That's gang shooting. That's pretty much enemy versus enemy. That's just how that works. But he finds himself in the most opportune times of certain situations where he's there. He's kind of like the local Al Sharpton. And he's well known. But what was funny is a lot of people in Chicago was like, I don't know who the fuck that dude is. This is what people told me. I don't know if that's the case in Chicago. It's a big city. I don't know. Is at many crime scenes, but he's especially passionate about this. He says teenage girls, runaways, were held captive and forced by pimps to have sex. I'm not gonna get into all that. I read this all earlier. If you late, catch up on it when it's over. Alright, here we go. Holmes says the one girl will return home to her mother. No arrests have been made. Of course not. Chicago police tell us that they have no reports of such activity at the building, but are reaching out to Holmes. for more information to him. You know what I mean? Because he's the private investigator. This is according to his website. And those three names, we're going to go through those three names and I'm going to end it. We're going back to his website, all right? I want you to look up these three names and connect the dots. This is a team he got on his website. Here we go. Carlos Rodriguez, Sean Morrison, Morrison Security Incorporated, Corporation Incorporated, and Boguslav Bosak. I like saying that name. You know what I'm saying? And what's funny is you got a small little piece of information about everybody but Bugo. I think Boguslav Bozak is the motherfucking mob boss. And he got a LinkedIn profile, okay? Another thing to pay attention to. He got a LinkedIn profile. Andrew Holmes don't got one. Carlos Rodriguez ain't got one. Nobody got one but Boguslav Bozak. I like saying that shit. That shit sounds fucking cool. I might name my motherfucking NBA 2K18 character Boguslav Bozak. Alright, so here we go. LinkedIn. Yeah. I'm gonna log in. We're gonna investigate this motherfucker. I'm gonna do this together. Take those three names, look them up, connect the dots with Andrew Holmes. Y'all need to start finding out who is this guy? What is he about? Where did he come from? Who knows his alma mater? What school did he go to in high school? Somebody need to go deep into it. Like, he got a Facebook page, but his Facebook page is dry as a fucking troll. He got family members, but somebody need to tell me. Find out who Andrew Holmes is. If y'all got any information, leave a comment. Y'all share links or whatever, anything to find out who this dude is. I think this dude is responsible for a lot of this shit. And I'm starting to think that he could be an issue. Leave your thoughts.